Welcome to Spectrum of Innovation. Hello, I'm Johnny Legnard, and welcome back to Spectrum of Innovation, your trusted news and information source. We're back with episode 2 and excited to provide another round of good to know and need to know topics to the 2.4 million residents of Riverside County. We hope that you will stay with us for the whole show, but if you can't, rest assured that the entire show, as well as individual segments, will all be available on the website spectrumofinnovation.org. And if you missed our last show, you can see it on our website as well. Have you been to Riverside County's Valley of Innovation? There's a good chance you have, but didn't realize it. Guest reporter Patrick Ellis, President and CEO of the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, is here to tell us how the Valley of Innovation will soon be on everyone's map.
Murrieta, Temecula, Lake Elsinore, Menifee, and Wildomar. What do these 5 cities and their unincorporated areas have in common? They're all business friendly and they're safe. They also boast top schools, a highly motivated and educated workforce, a solid infrastructure, and plenty of room for growth. You might know this region as Southwest Riverside County, but business community leaders feel that this label doesn't describe everything this area has to offer. For example, Murrieta, the largest city in the region, is actively working to attract businesses that offer higher wage jobs in the biotech and high-tech industries. Wildomar, the newest city in the area, has made huge strides in their development of what's referred to as the Miracle Mile along Clinton Keith Road and the 15 freeway.
Culture has changed from the focus on the suburb and people willing to commute to be able to get quality housing and a quality lifestyle for their family, while the breadwinner or winners sacrificed their time and their quality. So this small, tight community of live, work, play starts to become very good business for the guy who is running and owning the company. And that's an innovative idea.
The Economic Development Coalition's Doug McAllister sees all of the innovation happening and feels that the Valley of Innovation rebranding is perfect for this area.
This concept of Valley of Innovation isn't just technology. What we have in this region is an incredible group of folks who think innovatively. And so it could be a technology, or it could also be just the way we solve problems. This region is the place to do business in California because of all of the stuff that we have working together. And because of that collaboration, we can also get you up and running through your permits and everything else a lot quicker than anywhere else in California at this point. So in a world where time is money, you want to come someplace to do business where we are innovatively coming up with ways to get you your doors open sooner and you making money sooner.
Ken Smith is one of those business visionaries who's made a home here in this valley. He's the CEO of Temecula's Southwest Traders, a major restaurant supply and food service distributor, and the leading distributor of soft-serve frozen yogurt in the Southwest United States. You've seen a lot of growth in this area. How do you see this whole valley in an innovative way?
So I had a limited look in the valley in many ways because I ran our business, Southwest Traders. But all of a sudden, it was just boom right in front of me. I saw what they're doing in Old Town. I saw what they're doing in the wine country. You just couldn't be but impressed what was happening here. A lot of people were working together and collaborating together because they've done a fantastic job, because during that same time period, you don't see this type of explosion and yet still organized and still friendly, bringing all the value it brings here, because we've got a lot of people working together very effectively in a beautiful area on top of it.
However, it's not just about work around here. There's also innovation happening in the way people play.
You have cornerstones like Old Town, you have cornerstones like Wine Country, and in my opinion, a cornerstone like Galway, which is a unique property.
In 2010, he saved Temecula's Galway Downs Equestrian Center from possible demolition and turned it into a destination event center.
Now we're 2018 and finally got it just this year to profitability with the intentions of trying to get the Olympics here.
The whole region's becoming an area that is becoming more and more known worldwide. We're thinking internationally. We're looking to see how we can attract people from around the world to this region.
The community does a great job of delivering great experiences to people. So where it goes, I'm very optimistic because there's so many things being done by so many different groups and so many different people with a lot of passion, and lots of good's going to come from that, and people will come here and they'll experience the positive.
Whether you live here or come to visit, it's obvious that the future of innovation is wide open in this valley. I, for one, can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you, Patrick. It's exciting to see everything that's happening, and the SOI team can't wait to find out more and report on what's happening next, too. Now it's time for the Need to Know segment of SOI, where we share information that impacts everyone in Riverside County. As we just saw in our last segment, the economy is booming, but regrettably, some county residents are struggling and are homeless. Fortunately, cities and nonprofits are working to solve this issue. For example, in Menifee, thanks to a grant for the Western Riverside Council of Governments, the nonprofit Social Workers Action Group helped 30 people get off the streets. The City Council in Jurupa Valley recently approved the agreement with the Path of Life Ministries to help the homeless in that area. And in the city of Riverside, starting December 1st, the Path of Life Ministries community shelter will expand its capacity to offer emergency shelter from the cold weather. Nearby in Corona, the nonprofit School on Wheels provide free tutoring services for the homeless children. But these are just a few examples of what cities and nonprofits are doing to help the homeless. We encourage you to see what's being done in your own area and to volunteer if you can. You can find links for more information about the programs that we mentioned on our website, so check it out. Speaking of nonprofits, school districts have discovered that nonprofits are essential to supplementing many important programs such as art education. Even though California state law requires that schools provide art classes to all K through 12 students, some districts fall short. All across the state, many students receive little to no arts education due to budget cuts and an emphasis on academic standards. Riverside County is no exception, but fortunately, nonprofit organizations have stepped in where school districts are lacking. For example, the nonprofit Temecula Education Foundation in Temecula Valley raises money to assist schools with their visual and performing arts and science curriculums. They provide support grants for classroom items, which include musical instruments and art supplies. Further up the 15 freeway, the nonprofit Corona Art Association offers low-cost after-school art classes, and in partnership with Corona Public Library, free art classes to those with special needs. Then, there's the nonprofit Riverside Art Museum, which saw a huge need in the city's schools and solved it with a unique program. SOI apprentice Xavier Arias tells us more.
In the city of Riverside, the Riverside Art Museum runs the Art to Go program, where trained teachers bring art instruction into the classroom. It's so popular, the school district has engaged Art to Go to deliver around 3,700 art classes to all of their elementary schools this school year. So the museum's fundraising events, such as the Art Float Riverside, are critical for funding. This public art installation, organized by the museum's Art Alliance and held last May at Fairmount Park, featured bright, colorful spheres that were painted by school kids.
Well, the balls are actually giant vinyl beach balls, and they come with a pre-design already designed by the artist on them. So all we had to do was get the children to paint them.
The painted spheres were then placed in Fairmount Park's Evans Lake for all to enjoy.
And we're getting so many people visiting, and so many people are coming in the middle of the week and posting things like, did not realize Fairmount Park was so beautiful, and oh, the park is like the best unknown experience. It has all come together to be sort of magical.
Community members and businesses had the opportunity to sponsor individual spheres for $350 each. Art Float Riverside ended back in June, but the money it raised will support arts education throughout the school year.
We're hoping to clear about $100,000. It mostly will go to the Art2Go program that goes into the schools to defray their expenses, costs of hiring and training teachers, and the curriculum development, and then supplies.
As a bonus, the spheres are getting a second life, thanks to the generous sponsors.
Well, when we asked the sponsors to sponsor these spheres, we also told them that they would get the option of either getting the sphere back for their own use, if they want to keep it in their backyard, or if they want to donate it to a school or community center.
Aren't those spheres cool? Yeah, that was a cool idea. By the way, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving is known as Giving Tuesday, one of the most successful cause awareness days for nonprofits. Last year, nonprofits received gifts totaling $274 million in donations worldwide. We encourage you to donate to your favorite nonprofit if you're able. We would also like to hear how nonprofits are making a difference in your community. Contact us via our website, spectrumofinnovation.org, and let us know. Once again, it's time for one of our favorite segments, the Hack of the Week. For this episode, we take one of America's favorite soft drinks and give it some unlikely uses. SOI team member Connor Winters shows us the way.
Do you have a couple of chores around the house you've been putting off, such as scrubbing a dirty sink like this one? Sometimes it takes a lot of work. The trick is to work smarter, not harder. So grab a bottle of Coke, pour it into the glass, and take a break. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to use this Coke to get the job done. How does the Coke do that? It's a mystery. No, not really. The Coke has acid in it, and that's what helps break down the dirt. First, you start pouring the cup of Coke all over the sink, like this. Give it a time to soak. Around 10 minutes is good. Grab a scrub brush and start scrubbing the sink for about 15 seconds. Go in circles like this. Rinse it all the way out. Now check this out. A nice, shiny sink, and the Coke did most of the work. Another surprising way you can use Coke is to clean the toilet. What? Yes, you can. Pour a couple of cups of Coke into the bowl like this. Use a scrub brush and scrub the Coke all over the inside of the bowl. You only have to scrub for about 30 seconds, then flush it all the way. Clean toilet. Look what Coke can do. Wow, much better. It's pretty crazy, right? So next time, when you're treating yourself to a drink, think about how it might help you with the housework too. I am Connor, and this has been Hack of the Week.
Thanks for that, Connor. Who would have thought soda was Who would have thought soda was for more than just drinking? We can't wait to show you what's up our sleeve next week. You've suffered an accident at home and your family rushes you to the hospital, only to be stopped in your tracks by a line in the waiting room. You've paid for insurance and then have taken all necessary precautions to protect yourself, but the hospital simply can't help everyone at once. This is a reality that the 2.4 million residents of Riverside County can face at any given time. So I headed out with the SOI team and did some research to get a closer look at the medical advances occurring as we speak.
In Riverside County, the rapid population growth raises concerns towards healthcare capacity for the area. Local governments must push the agenda of healthcare expansion at a rate we have not seen before.
So there was a time when there wasn't even a signal in this area here, and people had to go see doctors that weren't even from the Temecula, Murrieta, Wildomar, Lake Elsinore area, had to go out of town, and when they needed an important medical procedure, had to actually export themselves to other communities.
Riverside County currently has 18 active hospitals for its citizens. This means that if divided evenly, each hospital is responsible for roughly 128,000 patients at any given moment. it's clear why this situation can be daunting.
The opening of a new Rady Children's Medical Plaza in Marietta, along with the addition of a bariatric department at Inland Valley Hospital, are just a few examples of improvements.
What we've seen is with our wonderful growth that we've had here, 250,000 people living in the Temecula Valley alone, we've seen 4 hospitals, we've seen a lot of physicians coming into the area that are specialties. I'm very proud, and it has a tremendous economic benefit to this area as well, because these surgeries are not cheap, they're expensive. And so we're keeping all those millions of dollars, if you will, right here back in the community to be reinvested. So it's a win-win. It's a win for the patients and it's a win for the region.
There are many other changes in the works. I spoke with Mike Fensel, Group Vice President of Universal Health Services, to learn more about the future of healthcare in our area.
Well, Universal Health Services is the largest provider of acute care services in Riverside County, and we are in the process of completing a master plan for the 2 hospitals that are part of Southwest Healthcare System. In Temecula, we recently completed a $40 million expansion project, and our next plan is to actually expand the emergency department as well as the second patient towers. We have an aging population, so it's going to be critically important for us to work with local schools to get the qualified nurses and other healthcare professionals to support that utilization. And finally, just the management of the population, the health, and how we go about delivering that care. I think you'll see continued transformation from the inpatient side to the outpatient setting, and we have to be prepared to handle that because that's going to be a more cost-effective approach in delivering care. The responsibility for delivering the highest quality care that promotes patient safety and clinical outcome improvements is something that we're all committed to doing, not just our hospitals, but the entire hospital industry. And I look forward to watching us improve in those areas as well.
Mike, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Great efforts by hardworking teams of people here in Riverside County is what made these improvements possible. This work ethic will continue to push us further into the future of medicine while making our home a better place to live.
The SOI team would like to know what you think, Riverside County. Meet us at spectrumofinnovation.org and share your thoughts on the subject. This next segment will keep you in the know about the county's current events that affect you and where you live. The 15 and 91 freeway connection project is still causing nighttime freeway closures, and you can expect closures this weekend. The county's 91 express lanes will also be closed for upgrades. But there's good news south of there in Temecula. The huge southbound exit off the I-15 onto Temecula Parkway has been completed. There will still be some construction while they finish up the rest of the project, so drive safely out there. Are you looking for something fun and interesting to do later today? Starting at 4:30 p.m., the city of Temecula is hosting Pechanga Puisca Mountain Day outside Temecula City Hall to honor the history and heritage of the Pechanga tribe. They'll be showing the premiere viewing of the documentary, Puisca, the story of how the community came together to preserve heritage, the environment, and the local economy. As we head into holiday season, we see there's a lot going on all over the county. This Saturday, you can dash over to the 5th annual Turkey Trot 5K and Kids Run in Moreno Valley. The money raised by this run will help fund the running club and future day events. It wouldn't feel like the holidays without the Festival of Lights at the City of Riverside's Mission Inn. The switch-on ceremony on November 23rd will feature more than 5 million lights and a fireworks display. Hanukkah begins December 2nd, and communities are commemorating the holiday with public menorah lightings. We're listing a few across the screen here, and on our website, we'll have links to more information about each one. By December 9th, you might be ready for some more exercise. So sprint over to the Hemet, where they're holding the Tinsel Triathlon, the largest and longest running Riverside sprint pool triathlon in the nation. Finally, be sure to check out what JDS Creative Academy is planning for their 3rd annual DigiFest Temecula. This 3-day celebration of all things digital is accepting submissions to their competition. This is a unique opportunity to present your exceptional work. Yes, these are the same people who bring you SOI, so go online and see what it's all about. For more details on all these need-to-know happenings, visit our website and click on the information page. Now it's time for a regular feature, Voice of Innovation, where we highlight something that inspires or interests us. Today, we're going to look at agriculture. Agriculture, you might ask, is that interesting? And the answer is actually, yeah. Agriculture is a billion-dollar industry in Riverside County and plays a key role in our economy. So there are many innovations happening in a variety of different sectors. SOI apprentice Danielle Baxter is here to tell us about just a few.
The county's Agricultural Commission knows that many people, from farmers to the simply curious, would like to understand more about agriculture's importance. But the Commission didn't want to publish a simple document. Instead, they developed an innovative, interactive crop report that anyone can access. This tool pairs geographic information system technology with statistical data about crops grown countywide, and it's all accessible with just a click of the finger. In the city of Temecula, Vinduino LLC is making a name for themselves with their unique system that provides online irrigation guidance and feedback from soil moisture sensors in the field. Their wireless technologies help farm communities manage irrigation better under changing climate conditions. Over in Paris, they embrace innovation with the city's Community Garden Demonstration Center. Here, visitors can see a variety of produce growing systems that are ideal for urban settings. The long-term goal of the project is to build a sustainable edible garden to facilitate horticultural and nutrition education for the entire community.
If you want to access the county's interactive report yourself or learn more about Vinduino and the City of Paris's community garden, just go to our website, spectrumofinnovation.org, and you'll find the links in our information section. And remember, if you have a story you'd like us to cover, just let us know. Maybe your idea will be the next voice of innovation here on SOI. For today's Spotlight of the Week, our SOI team brings you entertainment information you might have missed. This summer was an exciting time for cinema and a great opportunity to catch some quality blockbusters. So many, in fact, that it was pretty tough to watch all of them. SOI team member Justin Matthews is here to help you catch up with a review of one of his personal favorites.
Hi, I'm Justin Matthews, and this is Justin's Night of the Movies. Today I'll be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp. Released on July 6, 2018, this film is the latest installment to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Set during the events of Avengers Infinity War, we see Scott Lang, portrayed by Paul Rudd, caught in the middle of a high-intensity family rescue. Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, and Michelle Pfeiffer also contribute to the star-studded cast. Action star Hannah John Kamen makes her appearance as the main antagonist. Unlike the first movie, the film manages to provide better visual effects on Rudd. I found one scene in particular impressive where Ant-Man becomes as big as he was during the airport battle scene in Captain America Civil War. Director Peyton Reed does a great job of balancing action and comedy throughout the film, while the cinematography provides a visually stunning experience. The film boasted a strong supporting cast, which includes the likes of Lawrence Fishburne, which puts the icing on the cake. This film is a must-see. The on-screen chemistry between Rudd and Lilly makes the film all the more fun to watch during the awesome crime-fighting sequences, as the title implies. If you're looking for a film that has more visual effects than any of the previous Marvel movies combined, check out Ant-Man and the Wasp. You owe it to yourself. I'm Justin Matthews, and this has been Justin's Night of the Movies.
Thank you, Justin. We will be hearing more reviews from him in the future, along with many other segments featuring our SOI team members. And thank you all for joining us for our second show. Between now and episode 3, we would like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and a happy Hanukkah to everyone lighting candles next month. Join us again on December 20th at 1 p.m. when we are back with another live show. You can also tune into our regular live SOI updates on YouTube. These are written and performed by members of our SOI team who are in our video production job training program. And continue to visit us online where you can rewatch both SOI episodes, as well as individual segments. So click on the Contact Us page on our website and tell us about the Riverside County information you want to know, and we just might cover it in future episodes. I'm Johnny Legnard, and on behalf of the whole SOI team, thanks for watching Spectrum of Innovation, news and information for Riverside County. SOI out.